I got that kind of.
Good morning, guys. Big news from Pokemon Go, and the new patch notes have been released. But first, I need a haircut, so let's get right into that. Much better. Okay, let's talk patch notes. Okay, first things first, they fixed some shit with the Apple Watch. I don't have one, so I'm not too worried about it, but I did just get Pokemon Go Plus. It works awesome. I'm running out of Pokeballs every day, so I have to stock up all the time, which is annoying, but I have so many Weedles and Pidgeys that I could transfer, it's insane. I'll do a video on the capture rate for this, because it's not, as long as I don't drop it, because it's not very high. And the second thing they fixed is minor text fixes. Of course they did. So the update wasn't that big, but the big thing to come out of this update is the hidden stuff under the update, and let's talk about that. Okay, so they added new moves and they added new Gen 2 items. Let's talk the moves real quick and I'll put it on screen. Okay, so here's the charge moves that they added for Gen 2, and they are Close Combat, Dynamic Punch, Focus Blast, Aurora Beam, Wild Charge, Zap Cannon, Avalanche, Brave Bird, Sky Attack, Sand Tomb, Rock Blast, Silver Wind, Nightshade, Gyro Ball, Heavy Slam, Overheat, Grass Knot, Energy Ball, Future Sight, Miracle, Outrage, Crunch, and Foul Play. Now, if I remember right, I had a Feraligatr in Pokemon Gold that I kept Crunch on all the time because the animation and the sound was sweet. It wasn't the best move, but the animation of the jaws locking down on the Pokemon and the sound was absolutely sick. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, it still has a really, really cool animation. So that's 38 new moves they added in between quick moves and charge moves. These are moves that are introduced in Gen 2 if you played the Gen 2 Pokemon games. So this is evidence that Gen 2 is getting ramped up to be, hopefully soon. I believe it's going to come in March. I'm not sure when it actually will. I think a Valentine's Day event will tie us over, and then possibly a St. Patrick's Day event could tie us over to the end of March. Beginning of spring is when I believe Gen 2 is going to come out. So that leaves a question. Is there any way you're going to be able to teach your Gen 1 Pokemon Gen 2 moves and vice versa? I think the best way to do this is either offer HMs and TMs through the store, which I would not like to pay for, but another way I think would be best for it is, say you have a Typhlosion or you have a Charizard and you want to teach your Charizard Fire Spin. Okay, so if you have enough Charmander candies, let's say 50, you could go to the market or to the professor and trade him 50 candies for a TM that only that Pokemon can learn. So I think that would probably be the best way to get TMs without having to shell out money back to Niantic. Alright, so now let's talk about Gen 2 evolution items that have been added into the code of the game also. First things first, there is the Sunstone. The Sunstone evolves Gloom into Blossom and Sunkern into Sunflora. I'll let you know how I feel we're going to get these items or how I think they should hand these items out. Alright, up next we have the King's Rock. And the King's Rock evolves Poliwhirl into Politoed and Slowpoke into Slowking. I cannot wait to get a Slowking. Slowking is one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. That guy's just a badass. Alright, up next we have the Metal Coat. The Metal Coat will evolve Scyther into Scizor, or Scissor, however you want to pronounce it, and then Onyx into Steelix. Alright, and second from last of evolution items that were added into the code is Dragon Scale. That'll evolve your Seadra into a Kingdra. And then the last Gen 2 evolution item added into the background of the code is Upgrade. And I believe that's only for Porygon, so from Porygon 1 to Porygon 2. Okay, so this one's going to be very, very weird. As everyone knows, there were Gen 1 evolution stones and evolutions just from trading. That was in the Pokemon games. Now, in Pokemon Go, they did not integrate any of that into their game. Niantic skipped over the trading process for getting a Gengar, an Alakazam, and a Golem, and I might be missing a few. But now they're going to add stones and evolution items for Gen 2. So they didn't integrate it in Gen 1 for Pokemon Go, so it's going to be very, very hard to determine how they're going to do it for Gen 2. One way you could find these items in the wild would be to catch a Pokemon that's holding that item, or of course you could pay real life money for it, but I don't believe they're gonna take it that far. Like I said, this is all speculation. So say I wanted to evolve my Scyther into a Scizor, the odds of me finding a semi-rare Pokemon like Scyther carrying a metal coat are very slim. But in the game of Pokemon Gold and Silver, you can find other Pokemon carrying these items. Like a Magnemite could also carry a steel coat, or a Dragon Scale that I need for Seadra to Kingdra, a Dratini can be holding that. I know Dratini's hard to come by, but a Dratini could be holding that Dragon Scale. So what I'm thinking is you're gonna be able to find a common Pokemon with these items. It does not have to be the Pokemon that you're evolving, but if I found a Magnemite with Steel Coat, of course I would take it from him and use it on my Scyther. So not only are you gonna have to have enough candies, you're gonna have to find these items or purchase these items. I'm not sure, but if there was like a naming Easter egg like they did with the EVs, that would be completely awesome, just at least to get your first one. Because if you're spending candies and trying to find these evolution items, it's gonna be quite hard, and I don't see them putting Pokemon out there holding these items very often. Now, in the Pokemon games, Gold, Silver, and Crystal, the odds of a Pokemon holding a rare item when you capture it is 5 out of 256. So a rare item is 5 out of 256. Let's hope the odds are not that bad when this Gen 2 release update comes into play. There are a million different ways that Niantic can release these Gen 2 items, and I'm crossing my fingers that they don't mess this up. This is gonna be huge. I don't wanna go into a Gen 2 release date disappointed, but I know that whatever happens, they got me hooked, so I'm gonna have to grind it out anyways. But one of the best ways I think Niantic could release these evolution items is through challenges. So if I wanted a Dragon Scale, there would be a challenge to catch 100 Dragon type Pokemon and you earn that Dragon Scale. If I wanted a Steel Coat, I would have to go out and capture 100 different Steel type Pokemon, which I think would definitely be the best way to release these Gen 2 items. This is another option on how to do that. Niantic, I know I'm too small of a YouTuber for you to watch my channel, but please, we are begging you not to mess this up. Now, a few other things hidden in the update were the unknown Pokemon. They have unknown species A through Z, the unknown question mark, and the unknown exclamation point. Now, I believe unknown will be their own event. I do not think it will roll out at the same time as Generation 2 does roll out. I believe unknown will actually have their own event where you can catch A through Z, exclamation point, and question mark within probably like a 2 weeks time. Kind of like how they did the Generation 1 Pokemon event, how there was a really high spawn of these Pokemon for about 2 weeks, but I believe that they will do that for unknown. I'm not sure, but I think it'd be really fun to go out there and try to catch A through Z, the exclamation point and question mark, through an event. Okay, and now we're gonna get into the smaller things that were hidden in the update, like the avatar customization. There's belt, glasses, and a necklace. There is going to be a news section, which that could be very interesting. If it was like a local news section, which that would be awesome, to share your sightings, to share where nests were, so you didn't have to get on the Facebook pages to figure out where certain nests are at. But if it was like a local kind of section that people within, you know, one city could talk and say, oh yeah, Snorlax spawned over at Gray's Lake. Or did you know that Jinx has a nest at Waterworks, which no one's very interested in, but she was a nest at Waterworks once. But I'm not sure if it will be anything local. It'll probably be all of Niantic's Twitter updates, which aren't very good anyways. So hopefully that's what this new news section could upgrade their Twitter game, upgrade talking back and feedback to the community, or letting people know what's coming up next, because they have done a very bad, very poor job at this. There is also more shiny and gender code, gem radius interaction tweaks. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with that, but they really need to fix the gyms, because I am starting to get super pissed off. I don't even want to battle in gyms anymore. Obviously, I use Pokemon that are weaker than what is in the gym, so I can get max decrease of prestige per Pokemon. That means if I dodge a Hyper Beam, I dodge it. But the way the gyms are tweaked right now is that sometimes I'll take the damage and then it'll want to refund me. But when I'm using a weaker Pokemon to beat a strong Pokemon, it can't take that damage. It has to realize that I dodged it and not take the health down, because then it just glitches your whole entire gym experience out, and it makes me just want to run from the gym. I get so sick of it. So hopefully that gets fixed before this whole Gen 2 release happens. Hopefully that gets fixed ASAP. A few other things that were in this update are large debugging tools with species, gender, costumes, form, and shiny. New sponsor types. This new sponsor type seems like it's going to be a fast food restaurant. The tags for them are pan, barbecue, and fryer. I'm not sure where that will be. I know that they had also talked about McDonald's being one of their sponsors, but that doesn't sound like McDonald's to me. Maybe fryer, not really barbecue. Well, that's about it for the update, guys. I'm gonna hop on Discord here, hopefully go catch something sweet to end the episode. I'll see you out there. Well, I came out to the Scopes Park to play because it is 50 degrees out today. It pretty much feels like summer. And you haven't really been able to walk around and enjoy yourself out here in quite some time. I do have the Pokemon Go Plus going. The reason why I came here today before I go hunt on Discord is I am very low on items. And when you have the Pokemon Go Plus, you run out of Pokeballs so fast. I went home with 60 Pokeballs and I used my Pokemon Go Plus all night to play. By the time I woke up, I had 0 balls left, 0. So the Pokemon Go Plus is amazing, but now I have to start stocking up a lot. Oh guys, and I forgot to mention, I was in Kansas City this weekend. I tried to play Pokemon Go, but the streets were really icy and there was a big ice storm. It actually sort of hit there, maybe a little bit harder than it hit here. But I met a really cool kid vlogging also when we were at Topgolf. Here he is right here. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, bro?
You got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, what's up?
No? Do you have one?
Yeah.
What is it?
Leader Taylor.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Nice to meet you, man.
Hi.
See you later, man.
See ya.
Boys out here youngin' and vlogging, dude. Make sure to give him a subscription on YouTube and a follow on Twitter. Really cool kid, starting his own vlogging channel. I forgot to mention my Airbnb, the loft that we were staying in was actually a gym, which was really sweet. So I battled down that gym, but I'm telling you guys, Instinct is small in Des Moines, but in Kansas City, everywhere I went, it was an Instinct gym. It was insane. I've never seen so much yellow in my life. I might post a clip of the gym and where we were staying at real quick here. All right, we just came to Kansas City for my girlfriend's birthday today, and Jessica put clothes on before. You better put some clothes on. It would be our luck that here it is, a gym right where we're staying. None of my friends play Pokemon Go anymore. They're here to drink and be alcoholics. But me, I'm here to bring you the best Pokemon Go vlogs. All right, this gym's level 10. We're gonna take this shit down. But first, I'm gonna join the alcoholics and have a few drinks. I do this thing where when I go to a new city, I pull up my Pokemon Go, and the first Pokemon I catch, I kind of name it after the city I'm in or something similar. And I named this one Casey Barbecue. It was a Charmander, so quite fitting. All right, guys, we were gonna go catch some rare Pokemon on Discord today to end the vlog, but My Pokemon Go has been really glitchy today. It's hard for me to even get signed into the game. I use the Galaxy Note 5 and it's usually very smooth playing on it, but for some reason after the update, it's been just hard for me to get in. So we're going to end the vlog here, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed watching the video, leave a like on it. And if you haven't subscribed, well, god damn it, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you later.